Hello, good morning. This is video log entry 55, and it's about 10 a.m. CST. It's a little bit earlier, like 15 minutes than usual. I did a little. I was being a little bit spontaneous yesterday, and I got this text from one of the program facilitators for the tutoring program that I'm in, and it was for a trivia night thing, and I was like, sure, why not? I'll try it out because I've never done it before, even though I knew I wasn't going to like it, but I wanted to be open-minded towards it. And apparently, I think it seemed like it was all predetermined, and people already made plans with other groups. And I kind of came in, I was by myself, but then they threw me with some other group, so we were in a slightly larger group in comparison to usual. And it was cool and all, I was just. I don't know. It's got well. They were already kind of tight knit, so I was kind of the outsider in the group, and they were trying to open up to me, and I was trying to open up to them, but it was kind of difficult because it felt weird and whatever. They were nice people and all, and but I couldn't put myself in the narrative that everybody else was putting themselves in to enjoy the event and whatnot. So I was kind of just absent-minded the whole time, and I didn't really participate in any of the trivia stuff. And there were some math sections that I knew that I just knew because I'm considered to be decent at math. Most people tend to write in pages and whatnot, but I just see the answer. The only thing I'm really bad at is general trivia, and most trivia nights are pop culture based, and I just don't listen to pop culture, and it makes me feel like an idiot. I'm like, why do people know all this information? Like another thing is like states and geography. I'm okay at states and geography, but it's not to the extent of like high resolution detail or presidents and whatnot. Like they had something asking about Reagan, and it's like I think Reagan was in the 80s, and then they had like it was just tying into Lady Gaga's date of birth. It's like, who knows this information? Why do we have to? Anyways, whatever. I just don't like random information. I say I say I randomly consume information, but I don't actually randomly consume information. It's just information that I see to be more practical for my being and happiness in life and whatnot. And I guess I'm just fairly simplistic, but there are a lot of nerds out there that really like trivia, and I'm just not one of them. I realize that I'm practical in most aspects except for the things I'm not practical about, but the things that I'm not practical about tend to consume my whole life, so it seems like I'm a non-practical person, but in actuality I am a practical person. I just let those non-practical things, the small non-practical things that I like a lot, consume my whole life. But yeah, I mean, actually, my dad is a very That's why a lot of people see my dad as a non-practical person, but he also has OCD like me, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. We just recently talked, and he did mention, was that yesterday? It was something like that. But yesterday he talked about OCD and how he was kind of like in the same state as me, and it took him about like 10 years to get over these, or years, because like it's just really bad. I tend to hold on to thoughts, and it's hard to be in the present moment like other people. And I just keep clinging on to random thoughts, and that's why it seems like I don't know. I seem off-putting and spacey at times, and then people wonder what's wrong with me, or they think I'm judging them. I've had a lot of people that they're just normal people that have fun, and they socialize in groups and whatnot. They look at me and then they ask me if I'm judging them. It's like I've had people actually ask me if I'm judging them, or they assume I'm an idiot. It's one of those two. It's either I'm judging them or I'm an idiot because I'm quiet. It's annoying. And then some people just tend to think there's like, oh, he's smart because he's quiet. Just superficial processing. It's annoying to see, but it's whatever. And I don't know how to put myself in social events, but I'm trying. It's really fucking difficult, but I'm trying. So it is what it is. I guess this is the reason why I've never had friends. Because I'm like this space cadet that most people would call it, absent-minded, and I just can't put myself in the present for some reason. And I've had trouble with this my whole life, so I'm trying to be more present. But god damn it, it's difficult. It really is. That's why I'm meditating all the time, trying to put myself there. And I can be in the present. When I'm by myself, I actually feel good. I tend to process the world as it is, but I tend to process the world differently in comparison to a lot of people, especially in social events. At least when I'm in social events, people tend to connect pretty easily. And then I just don't know what to say half the time. So I just talk about superficial things. And then it makes me seem like a superficial person, even though I would disagree with that. It's just difficult. And that was another reason why when I was in college, I just had trouble working in groups. I didn't know how to put myself in in a group situation. I had trouble collaborating with others. And it was always there's no in between. It's either I'm dumb or I'm really fucking smart. And people just say that, and they just make judgments, superficial judgments towards my being, and it's fucking annoying. And it's like, make a damn decision, Which one am I? Like, why do you have to make superficial judgments all the time? I've judged books by their cover, I've done it a couple of times, but I realize how damaging that can be. And it's been damaging most of my life. It actually destroyed my self-esteem to the point where I just didn't like myself much. But I'm trying to fix it now. I'm trying to be more open. I'm trying to socialize. I'm trying to be, myself. But again, like, it's hard because of the past that I've had and the people that I've known and the school that I went through. Not many people were nice to me. I've had, like, in high school I had one friend. I don't mean to sound like a victim, but it's true. Like, this is true that I have trouble connecting with people. And I can't really see myself ever connecting people at the level in which they desire, because I just seem to be a different person. So, and I tend to have compassion over myself, and I say, oh well, at least I'm not a quote unquote normie, I guess you can call it that. Like, you bring something different to the table that most people aren't accustomed to. So I guess that's a good thing. It's just really hard to put myself in society, because when they see different things that they're not accustomed to, they tend to criticize it, and they start throwing superficial judgments, like I've said. So they start questioning everything because they don't understand it. And they start imposing labels on me. My sister does the same shit, man. Like, every time I'm moody or anything like that, she starts imposing labels. Like, oh, he's lonely, he's this, he's that, and it's all superficial. My dad does the same thing. My brother as well. They don't understand. My mom doesn't understand. They try to act like they understand, but they really don't. It's annoying. And that's why I needed space for my family, because they don't understand. I don't expect them to, because they're not me, and I try to express I try to tell them what I'm going through, and they've tried to understand, and they still don't. They just take the information, they see it as another trivial factor, or fact, and it's whatever. I'm just ranting at this point, but yeah, so today I applied for a bunch of random positions again. And I don't think I'm ever going to do trivia night. It just seems so pointless to me. I don't know. And most trivia nights are just super. I don't mean to sound like a dick, but it's mainly just superfluous information, and I don't care about superficial, not superfluous. I just don't care. I can't get myself to care about that kind of stuff, unfortunately. It's interesting to see people do it, though. And it's interesting to see their thought processes involved, because there were a lot of people, at least the ones that I was with, they tried analyzing the question and trying to get to an answer in trivia, which is cool. Like, it's kind of like I used to do that a lot, but I can't do that. I don't have enough of a fundamental basis of general knowledge to even do that, So, because most of them were just pop culture stuff that I just don't know, like. It's whatever. I can't see myself ever trying to understand that. I can see why people do it, but it's just not something. Anyways, I don't know why I'm explaining something that I'm not interested in. It's just who I am, right? And I've been trying to. You see, this is the reason why I had trouble trying to find myself, is because everybody else is so different. I tried so hard to fit in, but I'm just simply a different person, and I have to accept the fact that I'm different. And I have to, like, this is why I went through a depression pretty much. It's because I didn't know who I was. I had all these quote-unquote processes in my head to make myself seem like I was a normal person, but I actually wasn't. I was never a normal person. It's just, and that's fine. And I think it's going to be really hard for me to be accepted in this world. I can see some places. I can't even see myself being accepted in academic institutions, because let's be honest, most academic institutions, it's a normal distribution of people, right? I would have to find my niche, but I can find my niche in most places. I mean, you have to think about the normal distributions and other subdomains and whatnot, or microcosms in this world. And these distributions tend to be skewed in some ways. You know, I mean, if you look at, this world that I see right now, I see a lot of, there's skewness. There's skewness in academia, it seems. I mean, you can use different metrics to understand normality and whatnot, but I don't feel like going over that. And it would seem like I would be an extremist to an extent if I start talking about metrics and whatnot. So I'm just not even going to worry about that. I don't know. It's just hard. It's just hard to fit in, you know. And going through, I didn't really go to a good school either. Like, the schools that I went to were pretty normal. But then you look at Ivy League schools, and it seems like they're just a bunch of normal people too. You know, everybody's just normal. And I don't know. I guess obviously most people are normal because that's like a good chunk of the population, right? And it is what it is. Let me see here. What was I looking at? I was writing down notes. It's like, why do I have trouble opening up with people, I guess? And I was just like, and I keep saying that, but like the reason why is because I'm like, I'm afraid of opening up because I know people are going to criticize me. For whatever reason that may be. Either they're afraid or they think I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm just different, and it's fine. And that's why it's hard for me to be open. And I'm trying to practice opening up without those prior experiences that I had, or without ruminating on those prior experiences and instances in my childhood. But it's still hard because, you know, those are programs that I've had that were rooted deeply within me for so long. So I'm getting there. And you know, people say I'm a likable person, which I think I'm a fairly likable person. But yeah, I don't know. I just, a lot of complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, and I guess another thing is that I don't have the same interests as most people, as you guys may have seen. Most people don't really. I don't know. I tend to be skewed more towards the intellectual realm and less towards trivia. It's just who I am. I don't care about trivia. So yeah, that's why I was like, okay, I knew I wasn't gonna like trivia night, but I did it because I wanted to see the volunteers and whatnot. They don't seem like cool people, but they're a little bit, I don't know, they're too, I don't like, not try hard, but you know, they tend to kind of meld themselves into that identity of being smart. And I tried doing that. I realized it's like, what's the point of doing that, you know? But you know, it's just, I don't know, it's like not my kind of people, I guess. You know, it's kind of, they just seem like any normal smart person, right? That goes to university and gets a 4.0 GPA, and then they go to FANG or some managerial position or some project manager position. It's just, they're just normal people. Like, they just seem like normal people to me, and I'm just morbidly bored of all these. They seem like cookie cutter identities, and I don't like, again, like, I guess that's what happens when you're in social situations, is the fact that you can't really connect with people deeply. It's because you have to talk at a superficial level in group settings, right? Because it's not one on one, and I shouldn't be judging a book by its cover. I like one on one more. I don't like group settings much. I enjoy one on one. I can't do group settings. I can, but I'll just stay quiet the whole time, and that's fine, I guess. So again, I'm judging. I'm kind of doing the same thing as most people do. Is that I need to stop doing that. So I'm kind of contradicting myself here. Contradictor. Yeah, whatever. Contradicting myself. um, and I was honest with them. I told them that I don't like group settings. I told them I said I was introverted, so they would just leave me alone and stop looking. Okay, not stop. Okay. I mean, it's hard for me to push myself into a group setting and actually, talk to multiple people at once. So there was like one guy that was just trying to talk to me, and asked me about my thought processes and whatnot. And the thing is, I just don't know enough trivia, so I just felt like I didn't know anything based on the subjects that they were doing, which was mainly pop culture. Yeah. Anyways, whatever. That's all I can. I just shrug. Anyways, I think I'm done today. I got my polyethylene foam, and man, it was actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be. So it's a pretty big box. I wasn't expecting it to be so big, and the picture that they had was a little bit misleading, but it's fine, I guess. So yeah, I could go to I may just go to the library tomorrow. I don't really have much going on, and I'll print out the labels and probably, I'll call FedEx and get them to deliver it to my dad. So I'm gonna get that sweet, sweet money, which is nice, I guess. Other than that, I have a few other tasks that I'm gonna be working on, which is let me see here. I forgot already. I had something with LinkedIn. I want to make my LinkedIn profile look good. I actually added my photo on there, so that's nice. I just don't have a summary, but I have a summary on my resume, and that's how most people are looking at me, is not through my LinkedIn profile, but my resume that I have for my applications. They didn't see my face, and it's also verified, so they don't know it's me. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. That's mainly what I did, and I did my standard. I already told you already, but yeah. And I was thinking about my schedule more. I guess the other thing was that I was thinking about my schedule more, and I was like, well, I do have like a 3 hour or 2.5 hour time chunk that I can still add, which is more towards my interests, whatever that may be at the time. It's been hard to like see where my interests are because I'm being practical as of now. So, but it seems like I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of in a limbo state when it comes to my curiosities and whatnot. But I'm sure they'll come back to me. It's just that, yeah, I'm being practical. So, what else was I thinking about? That's pretty much it. I mean, I guess I was thinking about like learning. I don't know. I'm not going to force myself to do something that I may not like, Anyways, whatever. I had other thoughts that I don't really feel like talking about. It's been long enough, so I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.